Introducing the Open Palm Podcast with host Jerome Shaw, available today on your favorite podcast platforms. The Open Palm Podcast is a positive, uplifting, motivational, and inspirational podcast. The host brings his insight and philosophy, and you can't help but gravitate towards his smile, his words, and his wisdom. Again, the podcast he hosts is titled The Open Palm Podcast. It's about inspirational messages, motivating themes, and thought-provoking ideas and topics. He'll also help you become more aware and in harmony with your own life, giving you a better understanding of your place in the world and using your skills accordingly, greeting the world with an open palm instead of a closed fist. You can find the show today on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and more. You can also connect with the host on Instagram at JRomeShaw. That's JROMESHAW on Instagram. Jerome Shaw with the Open Palm Podcast. Motivation, meditation, mentality. Go listen, download, and subscribe today.
One day, a small boy was playing near a river when he saw an old man with a long beard seated in the sand. The boy moved closer and watched as the old man drew a perfect circle into the sand.
"Hey, old man, how did you draw that perfect circle?"
asked the boy. The old man looked at the boy and said, "I don't know. I just tried and tried again. Here, you try." The old man handed the stick to the boy and walked away. The boy began drawing circles in the sand. At first, his circles came out too wide or too long or too crooked. But as time went by, the circles began to look better and better. He kept trying, and then, one bright morning, he drew a perfect circle into the sand. Then he heard a small voice behind him.
"Hey, old man, how did you draw such a perfect circle?"
What do you gather from this story, my friend? This Zen story entitled Practice. You have heard, I'm sure, that practice makes perfect. As long as we have something that we are going for, a goal that we look to attain, an art form that we are practicing that we feel is worthwhile, does it matter how long it takes to attain it? Does it matter how long it takes to gain mastery? We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, therefore, is not an act, but a habit. In our own practices, in our own art form, in our own journey, in our own life, we may achieve that perfect circle. If, just like the old man in this story, we try and try and try again. It does not matter how quickly or slowly you go, my friend, as long as you do not stop. Thank you for listening, my friend. This has been Jerome Shaw on TOP, the Open Palm Podcast here in San Antonio, Texas. I pray you received an encouraging message letting you know that perfection can mean different things to different people. Beauty can be in the eye of the beholder. But may we attain our own perfection by continuing in an effort or a worthwhile goal. Share this episode with someone who needs to hear it. And if this is your first time receiving this podcast, why not subscribe for more inspirational messages like this? If you would like to support, consider opening your browser to anchor.fm/jshaw. Clicking the support link there is much appreciated. Big shout out to all the wonderful supporters who continue to donate to the podcast, making it possible for episodes like this. Have a wonderful and blessed day or night wherever you are, my friend. And as always, take care. Hey there, my friend. So, you've heard about Anchor, but do you know why it's the easiest way to make a podcast? Well, first off, it's free. It allows you to use creation tools that let you record your podcast right from your phone or computer. It also distributes your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more platforms. You can even make money from your podcast with minimum listenership. It's everything you need in one place. Download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started. Can't wait to hear yours. Let's see what you have to offer the world.